Growing up in Brooklyn, Connie Hawkins became a playground legend while still in high school. He held his own in summer pickup games against visiting NBA stars, including Wilt Chamberlain.
Basketball at the time was my life. I remember having to play basketball, and sometime my mother would call me to come home and eat. I wouldn't go home and eat. I would just stay out on the basketball court. I mean, it just consumed my whole life.
I remember the first time I saw Connie Hawkins was when I was a 13-year-old little boy in the Rutgers tournament, watching him playing the Rutgers tournament, and I looked at him and it was unbelievable to see a guy do the things that he could do.
Hawkins was named a high school All-American in 1960, and he took his special blend of size and ball handling skills to the University of Iowa. But during his first semester at Iowa, a point-shaving scandal erupted back in New York, and Connie's name surfaced. Though never charged with any wrongdoing, he would spend the next 10 years fighting for vindication.
Once you get caught with a name, you're stuck with it for life, no matter what it is. I mean, you are stuck with it. And what they remembered about me was I was involved in a basketball scandal, and that pretty much stuck for the rest of my life.
Forced to leave Iowa, Connie signed on with the Pittsburgh Wrens of the upstart ABL. There, his magic was witnessed by about 200 fans per night in dilapidated old gymnasiums. Although Hawkins won the league MVP award and the scoring title, the ABL folded the following year, and he moved on to the Harlem Globetrotters. By age 26, Connie had spent 4 years with the Globetrotters, devoting himself to their zany routines while his world-class skills eroded.
You know that ring where they run around in a circle and pound the ball? One of the guys on the team told me that if I worked out and practiced some of my skills, I'd be able to get into that circle and I'll make an extra $100 a game. So I said, oh, wow, that's great. So I started practicing ball handling with my skills, and I was able to get in there and practice that and do in that circle, but they never paid me $100 a game, so he tricked me.
Connie left the Trotters in 1968 to join the brand new ABA and promptly took the MVP honors in the league's first season. He also led his Pittsburgh Pipers to the first ABA championship.
The ABA championship for me was probably the biggest thing that ever happened to me. I mean, it felt like a championship. It actually felt like we were the best team in the world at the time.
Although he was playing competitive basketball again, Hawkins was still relegated to a smaller stage. But throughout his years in exile, he never stopped fighting to clear his name. After years of proclaiming his innocence, Hawkins was finally admitted to the NBA in 1969, a decade after he first battled NBA stars on the playground. But after so much time away from the highest level of competition, many wondered whether a 28-year-old rookie could excel in the NBA.
And everybody had talked about how great I was, but I never really played against the best. And so I had to play against the best to see how good I was.
But from the moment Connie stepped onto an NBA court, it was obvious he belonged.
They bring it to Connie Hawkins, top of the key. He fires under the salad. He's got it. A layup.
He was a beautiful player to watch, and his long arms and big hands, and his artistry with the basketball. He played the game effortlessly. He made everything look easy.
Hawkins on the front line for the Suns. Hawkins over Hudson.
Connie was a really smooth guy coming to the hoop, dunking on you. He was the ultimate in-your-face finesse player. And traditionally, forwards couldn't move like that. Somebody 6'8" and long like that couldn't move like that before Connie.
He was 6'9" and played the game with the guard's mentality as far as moves and ball handling skills.
Hawkins was not only a dazzling individual talent, he also became a cornerstone of the expansion Phoenix Suns.
He had great impact on this franchise, not just in the win-loss column, but it established the Phoenix franchise as a franchise to be reckoned with.
And Connie Hawkins, he of the incredible moves, helps the Suns gain a commanding lead of 3-1 over the Lakers.
Connie was now living the dream that had been denied to him until age 28. He was playing against his contemporaries and heroes and proving the truth of his legend in the NBA.
I think to me that was one of the greatest highs I've ever had. Of course, I was playing against all my schoolyard and childhood legends, Elgin Baylor, Wilt Chamberlain, and Jerry West. And once I got into the NBA and played against the top players and was able to make the All-Star team and be on the All-Pro team, then I knew I had arrived.